Good morning. QuickBooks fake email scam. If you're receiving this email below, heads up, it's a fake. I've actually attached the security alert on the Intuit site. Notable in this email is the amount of detail this particular scammer went through to fool a CPA or an accountant. So I went ahead and I forwarded an email Inuit at their security email address. They have an address called spoof@inuit.com. They seem to be aware of this recent scam, and I did get a lengthy canned email response to my concern. The majority of the response they sent me discussed my responsibility to keep safe with a long laundry list of things of to-dos. I'm really agreeable to the common sense advice, but honestly, I cannot constantly be battered with these matters of passwords and millennium tone threats. So what's greater interest or wonder to me is how scammers know my email address in my association with Inuit. Um, I suppose the evil phishing software out in the cloud need not do too much legwork. First of all, CPAs are listed publicly with each state's Secretary of State, and often many of the event seminars publicly list the registrants to the internet. It just wouldn't take a genius to gather the emails. So for me, one might see this as a bigger issue for Inuit, the accountant, rather than the accountant. Inuit hosts, some of my client data. And what I mean by that is that the accountant is not hosting the data. And it's Inuit that suggests or allows the email name as login name to access their online accounting and their online accounting sites. In fact, it is the email name that is the trigger if you're using QuickBooks Online, for instance, to add a new user. Hey, sorry, dudes. Very easy for the user and, of course, the hacker to honestly, this is just dumb. To talk a little bit more about the scam itself. This scam itself was interesting. It gives just enough detail to make it look as if it came from Inuit, and I've listed out what I thought was particularly notable about the scam. If you look here, the QuickBooks logo is really exact in color and font. So this one's the real one that I got for educational reasons, and this one is the fake logo. I can barely tell the difference. And secondly, the dialogue of the email itself, it may actually be something you may have received from Facebook or what you think is a credible source. It's short and it's pretty concise. It's well written, or the elocution is clean enough to think you'd want to pay attention. And then for us detailed people, and I'll show this in a second, the domain name on the email address at first glance also seems credible. And then the last line in the email has a similar registered trademark or copyright mark, which is only differentiated by an exclamation point. So like it says QuickBooks versus QuickBooks with a little exclamation point. I'm going to show you that, what I mean. So it just says, tells you, sounds pretty official, new logon address, IP address, tells you why you received the email. And should I do something? Dear goodness, don't click on that link. That says protect your account and copyright. It's, there's a little exclamation point, all rights reserved, sounds very legal. And you often see this don't reply. And the only differentiation is that little S. And you might believe that site is what they call it, like a domain name itself. So if you're an accountant and you thought this was true, you'd want to react quickly. What if someone's trying to hack your online client accounts? Yikes. Those accounts store their financial data and personal information in many instances. I'd like to see Inuit play a better role in this growing problem, or it's more clear that they're actively working on this problem. I didn't get that sense from their email. And I just want to say thanks for listening. Enjoy.